something happened to you tomorrow, would your family be okay financially? It's a tough question, but life, pension, health insurance helps answer it with confidence. Welcome to the podcast where we break down essential financial solutions to help you secure your future. Now, today we're diving into one of the most important and most used policies out there, health insurance. Joining me are three trusted voices from Guardian Life of the Caribbean Limited. Gary Sugdeo, Unit Manager with 9 years of experience, Gail Singh, Unit Manager with 15 years in the business, and Anthony Simmons, Executive Agent with 6 years of hands-on knowledge. When it comes to health insurance, they know exactly what matters and how to help you make the right move. First up, Gary Sugdeo. Gary, welcome. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I am fantastic. Well, I know we are here to talk about health. That is you are the king of health. You know everything or almost everything about health.
Let's say almost.
Almost.
Right.
Quite knowledgeable. How long have you been with Guardian?
I've actually been with Guardian 9 years now.
Okay.
Right. I'm a unit manager with Guardian Life. And, first of all, I really just want to express my gratitude to be here today.
Yeah.
Because I really like to take any opportunity that I have to share, educate, just a little part of, a little bit of knowledge onto others about any type of insurance. But of course, today we'll be focusing on that health insurance.
Right. And you seem pretty young. So what was the impetus to get into sharing that information of health with persons or wanting or having the desire to get into sharing health information?
Well, you see, health insurance is one of the most commonly used insurance. I would say it probably is the most commonly used insurance.
Okay.
Because it's a day-to-day type of insurance, right? Tell me, have you ever been by the doctor?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And how are the bills?
Exorbitant.
Right. You see, now the thing about health insurance, right? As I said, it takes care of day-to-day needs.
Okay.
And hence it can actually help you enter this world.
Okay.
Before you're actually born, health insurance can be used for maternity benefits,
Okay.
for prenatal care. It can help your parents bring you into this world.
Yeah.
And while we're on the topic of insurance, once there is life, there must be debt.
Yeah.
And the thing about debt, right, again, just like life, it comes with expenses.
Yeah,
And
that's
health-
right.
Right? And health insurance can actually help you subsidize the expenditure with funeral expenses.
Okay.
Now, we spoke about health, we spoke about life, we spoke about debt, but everything in between also has health insurance involved.
Okay.
If you have dental work, how often do you go by the dentist?
Quite often. Some persons say, it's recommended maybe about 4 times of the year.
Just to do cleaning,
Correct.
checkups, right?
Yeah.
Health insurance gets involved there. We actually subsidize the expenditure there. If you have to get prescription medication, you have to go for a checkup, anything that involves medical bills, health insurance can offset the costing of it.
Okay, so it's extremely important.
It's extremely important, almost mandatory, I will say, right? Because health insurance takes care of everything financially. When it comes to medical bills, it always offset all of your expenditure.
And there are some persons you still have to somewhat force or impart additional information to them because the moment you approach them for health insurance, it may be a bit taboo, so they may be hands off on it. So I want to follow up with my next question in terms of the age, in terms of having to convince someone. They may say, I'm not of the age to look for health insurance yet. So at what age should someone really start with health insurance?
Well, that's actually a very interesting question, right? And I would say it doesn't have an age.
Okay.
I would say it have a timeline, right? And health insurance, you should have gotten it yesterday,
Right.
right? Because you can get insurance as soon as you're born. You can be added to your parents' plan,
Okay.
right? You can get insurance at age 30, at age 40. But really, health insurance needs to be purchased, as I said, yesterday. Because tell me, does it have an age to get ill?
No, it doesn't.
Right. Now, you can have bills when you're a child, just your
Yes.
parents will have to pay for them.
Correct.
Right? You can have bills as an adult. But what health insurance does is that it offset those bills.
Okay.
Right? Tell me, does illness discriminate?
No, it certainly doesn't.
Right? Now, we have doctors specialized to deal with children. We have doctors specialized to deal with heart surgeries. We have doctors specialized to deal with the elderly.
Yeah.
And I can guarantee you that one thing, no matter who the doctor is, no matter who the institution is, there's a cost attached to it, right?
Yeah, it is.
Right? Now, when this cost comes, health insurance can offset that costing.
Okay.
Right? Just listen to the way it works, right? Just for an average, right? Health insurance will cover roughly between 70 to 80% of whatever the medical expenditure is.
Okay.
Right? Out of curiosity, when was the last time you were by the doctor?
The last time I was by the doctor, maybe about 2 months ago? About 2 months ago, yeah.
Right? Now, I don't know, but I'm hoping that you do have health insurance.
Yes, I certainly.
Right?
Well, even if I didn't, I know for sure I would be signing up after because
You
the
see?
information is pertinent.
You see, now you took away a prospect from me there. I could have actually done some business with you for health insurance. But, it's good that you're actually proactive
Yes.
rather than reactive, because that's the whole idea of insurance. You see, you can't get insurance when you need it, right? So, as you said 2 months ago, when you went by the doctor and you got ill, if the doctor asks you at that point in time, do you have insurance? Could you call me up then and said, hey, ring, I need to get a health insurance?
And no, because there's a process that goes with it.
Exactly.
Okay.
But at that point in time, we would have offset your bills.
Correct.
Right? And that's why I would say you should get health insurance no matter your age yesterday.
What about health insurance when it comes to the provision by employers? Tell us about that.
Okay, great. So I'm glad you asked that, right? Because this is something that a lot of employers can use to actually show their employees that they care.
Okay.
Right? Now, I wouldn't call any employer's name, right? But a lot of times you hear employers say, we care about our employees. We want to add value to our employees. We want to make sure they are taken care of. But tell me, do all employers show it?
Well, what I was going to ask actually is that, some employers may provide in the first instance, but what about someone who's employed at the company and were never approached? Is it that they can go to their employer and inquire about
Well, that depends on the group.
health?
So the way it works, right, is that the employer can actually purchase a plan or
Okay.
invest in a plan, right, for all of their employees.
Okay.
Right? Now, this would be a benefit that is given an option to take by the employee. So the employee will have an option. In some companies, that is an employer decision whether they make it mandatory or whether they make it optional.
Okay.
Right? But you see, the reason it's a good way for them to actually offset this and say, listen, right, this is something that we're going to add value to you. Right? Let's just say we have a company with 100 employees.
Yeah.
Right? And if you're dealing with 100 people, somebody is bound to get ill.
Yes.
Right? But if one of them has a major surgery, let's say, God forbid, one should be diagnosed with a heart attack,
Okay.
right, or cancer, which is very common these days, and they need to take care of medical expenditure, right? The health insurance can actually help with the bills, help offset the costing. But if the employer actually offer it, they could actually offer to pay part of it as well.
Okay.
Right? So it's not a case where, the employee will have to pay the full thing. Because the employer, no, that's a full employer decision.
Okay.
Right? The employer could say, hey, we're going to pay 100% of it. The employer could say, hey, we're going to pay 50% of it. But the option is there. So tell me, if you're an employee, right, and you're working for a company and you're coming to the company, or if you exist in the company and they now bring out the plan and say, hey, we really want to be able to take care of you on a daily basis, take care of your family, and we're going to be implementing health insurance, right? And we're going to cover the 50% of the cost of it, and these are the benefits,
Yeah.
right? How would you feel?
Elated.
Right?
And relieved as well. I'll be
Right.
relieved also.
Tell me even more. If, let me say, 6 months later, right, you were to get ill, and you could say, my employer take this out for me, and now my surgery is 100,000, and I'm only having to pay about 20 to 30% of it. How would you feel as an individual?
Mentally comfortable. There would be a mental ease that will come with that, knowing that things will be taken care of.
Right? And more importantly, how would you feel about your employer taking the step to take care of you?
Well, happy that they are, but will be even more elated if they give me an increase. In his
Well, of course, right? Nothing could really top an increase, right?
Right.
Because then you could take out even more insurance.
Yes, correct.
Right?
I like how you're keeping focus, Gary.
Well, that's part of the game, right? Keeping focus. You have to keep focus on whatever you choose to do in life.
Now, Gary, you mentioned as well that you have 9 years of experience
That's
or
correct.
more in the health insurance or in the insurance industry. Share with us, because I'm sure you have a few stories, but share one of those stories where the health insurance was really valuable to one of your clients.
Okay, that's actually a great question, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, there are numerous cases, but I'd like to share one from not recent, but from
Yeah.
the early days in my career, right? And it would have been, let's say, maybe the first 3 years, right? Well, I sold the policy before that, but it was within the first 3 years that this claim was paid.
Okay.
You know, and the reason that this one actually stays with me a lot even till today, right, is because this person was just about 25 years old.
Oh, wow.
Right. She was very young. I mean, just like how you mentioned, you know, when there is a good time to get insurance, right? When I actually spoke to this person about insurance, she wasn't ready yet,
Okay.
you know, but she had that discussion with me and she said, listen, if you say it makes sense, I'm going to take that leap of faith and I'm going to invest in this.
Okay.
Because I can see what you're saying, but although I don't believe anything is going to happen, I'm going to make that investment just in case it happened.
Okay.
Right? And she made that investment. Now, after about 2 years, she called me one day and she said, Gary, what does this insurance really do? So, I mean, I laughed, right? Because I was like, I can't remember what we spoke about, right? And she was like, no, asking you a serious question.
Yeah.
What do you all cover, right? And as I started to go into detail with the conversation with her, she didn't tell me at that point, but about 5 minutes, she said, Gary, I was actually diagnosed with lupus,
Oh, wow.
right? And I'm dealing with an individual just about 25 years old. Now, what that led to was both her hips needed to be replaced.
Oh, goodness.
Right? Now,
Okay.
imagine being 25 years old,
Yeah.
you know, starting your career.
Not anticipating anything like that. to
Exactly. You're
happen.
young, you're enjoying fun, you're having a good life, you're building, you have plans for the future,
Yeah.
right? And at that point in time, just like that, lupus and both hips need to be replaced.
Okay.
When I went to see her, she could barely walk. She was actually using a walking stick, right?
Wow.
And she told me about the surgery and the costing and the expenditure,
Yes.
right? And at that point in time, I told her, don't worry, we'll take care of it. Now, we later covered about 70% of that surgery.
That is fantastic.
Now, even furthermore, right? Her aftercare, she needed therapy, she needed medication, right? And we were able to, again, as I mentioned, offset the costing for that,
Okay.
right? And that person today is alive as well. She walks about like normal. You would never tell that she replaced both her hips,
Yeah.
right? And, you know, that for me was not just a emotional thing, but an eye-opening thing. Because at that point in time, you know, yes, I'm doing insurance. Yes, I'm helping clients invest in insurance. But I could actually say, wait, this could have happened to me. Because, you know, just a little newsflash, me and her
Yeah.
same age.
Oh, wow.
Right? We are the exact same age. So, you
Yeah.
know, processing the claim, I could actually say, wait, this could have been me.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, I think that is a client I have that I'll be forever grateful. I mean,
Yeah.
about a year after the claim, she actually brought a gift to me. And, you know, the gift was a plaque that says, keep calm and call Gary.
I like that.
Right.
I like that. Even when you mentioned that, you know, she asked a question and something went into my head. She asked a question, Gary, really, tell me XYZ. And in my mind, I thought there was a level of trust there because there was complete trust in you to guide her, which is very commendable. So there is some level of trust when it comes to insurance and the person who is sharing that insurance information with you.
Exactly.
To kind of reassure you that what you're doing, that money you're putting in is fantastic and it will work in your favor, you know? So I have to commend you for that, building that trust.
Thank you so much.
Now, before you leave, Gary, any additional information you'd like to share with our viewers?
Insurance is something that when you need it, you can't go and get it. And I think I
Yeah.
mentioned this to you
Yeah,
before.
correct.
Right? If you don't already have health insurance and you didn't get it yesterday,
Yeah.
then let's get it tomorrow.
Okay.
Right? Because you see, the people who are waiting for a heart surgery at this point in time, or the people who are waiting for any medical procedure,
Yeah.
do you think that they plan to be waiting for that procedure?
No.
They didn't plan to be waiting for that
Yeah,
procedure. The
correct.
people who are in a hospital bed right now, or the people who have medical bills piling up, the people who may have had to mortgage their home to get a medical procedure done, they didn't plan to do that. But life happens.
Yeah.
And sometimes we have no control of things as they happen. And what insurance will do, it will provide that protection mechanism
Yeah.
so that when life happens, because it will happen, right? I just can't tell you who and how and when it will happen.
And they always say life continues to life.
Life
Or
continues to life.
lifing.
Life, and as
yes.
they said, right? And when life begins to life and, you know, it doesn't life in your favor, we can be there. We can be there as a person, as a company, as an agent, to help you navigate through life
Yeah.
as it lives, as you
Correct.
say. We can take care of all those unforeseen circumstances, unforeseen bills, everything that you didn't cater for,
Yeah.
but it just happens.
Gary, I want to thank you so much. Gary Sukdeo, bringing all the information, all the knowledge to us when it comes to health and really putting things in perspective for us. So we certainly do appreciate you and thank you so much for sharing with us.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure being here today. And, before I leave, I just want to share my information, right?
sure.
I mean, you can contact me at 296-9991. You can WhatsApp me. You can call, right? You can also reach out to my Instagram, Gary Sukdeo Insurance. You can find me on Facebook at Gary Sukdeo Insurance Limited, right? And you could feel free to shoot me a message, even if you're ready to start your policy,
Yeah.
or you just want some solid, good, honest advice about what's the next step or how to plan. You can reach out to me and we can have that conversation.
So let's end things off with the plaque. What was the information from the plaque again?
The plaque said, "Keep calm and call Gary."
Keep calm and call Gary. I'll remember that.
And it's actually still in my office today. It's still in my office because, it's one of those claims that stayed with me throughout my career. The year was 2021, and one of my very close clients was diagnosed with cancer. He needed surgery, and he needed surgery immediately. We were able to cover just about 70% of his medical bills. Today he's alive, he's well, and I was actually able to change that family lives by protecting their father, by protecting their husband. Allow me that opportunity to meet with you and your family so I can actually extend those same services. You can reach out to me at 296-9991. You can WhatsApp me, or you can call me. You can reach out to me on Instagram at Gary Sukdeo Insurance or on Facebook at Gary Sukdeo Insurance Solutions Limited. If you want to start your plans right away, or if you just want an opinion about where we can get started, feel free to touch base with me.
Thank you so much for your time, Gary, and for reminding us that health insurance isn't about fear, but about love, protection, and peace of mind. If this conversation gave you something to think about, or someone you care about needs to hear it, you need to share it with them. And don't forget to subscribe for more clear, helpful financial guidance. I'm Tamara Williams.
I am Gary Sukdeo, and we are Guardian Life.
It was 2019 and I had been with my health insurance provider for just over 3 years. Around that time, I was diagnosed with lupus and had started receiving treatment. Not long after, I began experiencing a persistent pain in my left leg. No matter how many x-rays I did, nothing showed up. Eventually, I was referred to an orthopedic surgeon who recommended an MRI. I remember thinking, thank God I have health insurance, because MRIs aren't cheap. After the MRI results came in, I got the news. I needed a bilateral hip replacement. Sounds expensive, right? That's because it is. Once the total cost was confirmed, I reached out to my agent at that time, Gary, and I was relieved when he told me my insurance would cover a significant portion, 70% of the cost, and I would only need to cover the remaining 30% as a copay. Gary made this entire process incredibly smooth. I simply emailed him the necessary information, and within a week he got back to me with a clear breakdown of what my insurance covered and what I needed to pay. That level of support brought such relief, knowing that I didn't need to come up with all of the money out of pocket. It gave me and my family a sense of comfort. The surgery was a success, and Guardian didn't stop there. Guardian Life didn't stop there. They covered my prescriptions, emergency recovery care, and even post-operative physiotherapy. To this day, I still have health insurance. No hiccups, no cancellations because I claim too much. No issues due to my diagnosis. My insurance works for me. Today, I proudly endorse Guardian Life and my agent Gary for helping me through the most difficult time of my life, making it as easy as possible. Not all superheroes wear capes. Some sell protection through insurance, and because of that experience, I made the decision to become an agent myself. I want everyone to feel that sense of comfort and confidence I felt knowing that they can rely on their agent when it matters most.
I am, you are, we are Guardian Life.
An emergency can wipe out your savings in a moment, but the right insurance could save more than just money. Now, we've covered the basics, but now it's time to talk about the real life impact. My next guest, Anthony Simmons, brings both personal and professional experience to show just how powerful the right coverage can be. Anthony, welcome. Happy to have you here. How are you?
Happy to be here. Thank you very much.
I'm eager to dive in, Anthony. From your experience, what are some of the key benefits of having health insurance beyond the doctor visits?
So most of us know what health insurance do, right? So we know that we can use it for dental or vision, but there are a lot of benefits that goes beyond that.
Right.
So a few of those are like preventative care. So that deals with screenings, checkups, vaccinations, stuff like maternity care as well too.
Okay.
So childbirth or even pediatric visits after. A major thing that Guardian saw the benefit of was the mental aspect,
Okay.
right? So to include this into their packages, I thought was very forward, very good. So to include things like psychiatrist counseling. And the added benefit of all of this together is the lower cost. It's the
Okay.
lower cost to the consumer, to the client, of having to pay less when it is that they go and use these facilities. So pharmacies, pharmaceuticals, or things like emergency care. So major surgeries, minor surgeries, or sudden illness or accidents.
Yeah.
All these things are covered under the health insurance.
Okay, that's great. So it gives you a peace of mind.
Yes, it gives you a safety net to know that you don't have to bear this burden alone. You don't have to bear this burden of the financial aspect alone. It don't make sense that you are in a hospital bed and have to worry about the finances part of it as well too. So we are there to take that burden off your shoulders.
Now, a lot of times we hear about term deductible. All the time we hear about term deductible. What is that?
A deductible is your responsibility as the client first before the insurance company steps in, right? So it's a portion of the claim that you need to take care of first, and then the insurance company will step in. It usually is paid once per year, so
Okay.
once per annum. So it's usually a one-time payment. So that is basically like, for an example, you go to the medical facility, the bill is $5,000. Your responsibility is $1,000 first, which if it's $1,000 being the deductible amount,
Okay.
and then Guardian steps in to take care and give you the discount on the $4,000 remaining.
Okay.
Now the next visit, if it's $5,000 again, then Guardian will see to take care of the $5,000 aspect of it.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, what sets Guardian apart from the rest of insurers?
The brand that they build for themselves as well too. The brand and the wonderful employees and agents that we have here. But also we built one of the largest preferred provider network within Trinidad and Tobago. So that deals with the medical panels we have on our board. So the hospitals, the doctors, the pharmacies. So you could confidently go to any one of these places and use our e-card or electronic card.
Right.
That is another benefit of it. That
Okay.
the peace of mind that knowing that you have this on your phone as a QR code. So when you go, you scan it and your discount is immediately applied to
Okay.
your bill. So gone were the days where you have to file a claim,
Right.
where you have to pay all up front.
Which could be quite inconvenience for a lot of persons.
Yeah, it is. So at least you have that mind, your peace of mind knowing that you go, you scan, and at least that process ends there.
So if, for example, someone cannot locate their card when they go for a visit, what happens then?
Well, it's an e-card, so it's on your phone, right? But if not, you contact your agent and they can send back one for you. So we could request one, or you could download it on our portal,
Okay.
right? So we have our portal for the clients as well to be able to see their policies, to be able to track everything in terms of claims and everything as well too.
So, Anthony, my battery's dead on my phone and I go to claim. How will that work in an instance like
We'll
that?
figure it out.
We'll figure
So
it
you
out
could
on
call
the
the
location.
agent. You could, yes. My advice for that is to call the agent, and we will probably work with the network provider and probably email them a copy of it.
Okay, that's fantastic. Now, you may have had experiences as well with persons when it comes to the different products that are
Yeah.
sold. And I know you will be passionate about the health insurance in particular. And there are some persons who may be hands off about wanting to engage with the insurance. What would
Yeah.
you share with them?
Well, testimonials basically. So you can ask people who have been involved, who have benefited from it.
Yeah.
Right? So I have a client For instance, she was diagnosed with polycystic ovaries and had to do a major surgery.
Okay.
And she called and she explained that to me, and we were able to get the claim. And we were able to pay around 70% of the bill, the total bill, and the bill cost
that
around
is
$50,000 to $60,000. So she knew that she could have trusted us to be able to do that for her.
Okay.
And she reached out to me for insurance before, so she knew what she wanted, and thank God she had it.
Right.
So at least she didn't have to fear that financial burden. And also on a personal level, I use it a lot.
Okay.
So things like MRIs, things like scans, stuff like that, I use it a lot as well too. So I see the benefit of it.
Well,
Even before I was here.
I certainly enjoy and reap the benefits of the card as well. It's
Yeah.
really convenient,
It's
and we have to
convenient.
commend Guardian for that also. Any additional information you want to share with anyone out there who's listening, who may be uncertain of wanting to delve in?
Yeah. Insurance is a safety net. It's a safety net to you to know that you are not burdened by this alone. Your finances are taken care of, right? So you are not going into this alone. We are here to help you. We are here to make sure that things are sorted, right? So you have to know that you're not bearing this in terms of you're not bearing this or carrying this by yourself,
Okay.
right? We are here to help when it
Okay.
comes to this.
And if anyone wants to get in contact with Anthony to get
Yeah.
hands-on interaction and more information, how can we contact you?
Yeah, you could send me a WhatsApp or call on 755-6914, or you could reach me on Instagram or Facebook at Anthony Simmons, Guardian Life.
Thank you so much, Anthony, for being here and breaking it down, and also reminding us that health insurance isn't just about claims, it's about clarity, stability, and real life impact. Now, let's take the conversation a step further. I'm Tamara Williams.
I am Anthony Simmons, and we are Guardian Life.
I am, you are, we are Guardian Life. I am. Embrace life with Guardian Life.
Every sunrise brings a new beginning, a quiet promise that we're never truly alone in life's journey.
So grateful for this precious life. Embrace it with a fearless stride. Dig so deep to turn your dreams to reality. With a bright future on your side. Through every journey you will find what you've earned and accomplished. You now deserve to be. Embrace life with Guardian Life. Only you can pave the road for your legacy. Embrace life with Guardian Life. Every step is one step closer to live easy.
Embrace life with Guardian Life. Life, health insurance, and pension solutions.
I am, you are, we are Guardian Life.
Most people don't think about health insurance until they need it. But by then, it could be too late. And that's why I'm joined now by Gail Singh, someone who's passionate about helping people understand the real value of health coverage and how to make it work for you. Gail, it is such a pleasure to have you here. Now, you've worked with so many clients over the years, and what would you say people overlook or misunderstand when it comes to health insurance?
I would say, Tamara, that there are many benefits to effecting health insurance. One primary is the protection of your income and financial expenses that may arise from any episode, whether it's a small health issue into larger issues that may cause surgery or call for surgeries.
Okay.
So the burden of having that financial pressure, as well as all the normal everyday expenses, that is one of the overlooking factors.
Okay.
Also, too, there is access to quality health care. So
Okay,
when
yeah.
you purchase a health plan, it means then that you're aligned with providers of medical services that are top notch. It's not, the everyday walk-in to a government hospital kind of thing. Also, too, there's preventative care coverages, which offers you the opportunity to get coverage of 100% of whatever you spend.
Yeah.
The reimbursement
Okay.
can go to 100% because it's preventative. The insurer actually encourages you to do preventative tests rather than wait to get sick and then get medical protection. Yeah.
Okay, could you share with us the difference between group health and individual health insurance?
Certainly. So group health insurance in terms of health plan will be afforded through your employer, per se. And sometimes in that way, the employee would gain benefits by way of having the health care pay monthly, as
Right.
well as there might be a contribution from the employer towards the health plan. So by and large, it's not the burden only, the expense that is to the employee. An
Okay.
individual, however, any one of us can walk into an insurer or contact an advisor and ask for a health plan.
Okay.
And that way you have your own and you control the expenses as well.
Can you share with our listeners what is Guardian Life PPO or Preferred Provider Network?
Certainly. So PPO is a listing of providers that work directly with Guardian Life.
Okay.
From the standpoint of being able to afford clients the opportunities to have reimbursements up to 80% on their usual customary reasonable charges. What does that mean? UCR. UCR is whatever it should cost by an everyday expense for a doctor visit, right? So Guardian would have a panel and doctors will say this is what the cost is. And of course, that is what Guardian will reimburse based on.
Okay.
However, when we talk about the PPO listing as opposed to persons who are not on that network, it means then that the clients may probably get reimbursements less than 80%, 70, 60% for
Right.
the same medical expense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Gail, you have a lot of years of experience, wealth of experience as well.
Yeah.
And, I'm asking most of my guests this particular question with persons who may be intimidated to get insurance, they're fearful to get insurance. What sort of advice can you render to them to sort of coax them in that direction?
I would say that a simple answer, obesity, and I'll coin it with only obesity as an example.
Okay.
Obesity is on the rise. A lot of persons may be having challenges of keeping things the way they would like it, lifestyle-wise.
Yeah.
It's being caused by poor diet and maybe lack of exercise. There's generational changes.
Yes.
More screen time.
Correct.
Less playtime, less sports. So obesity leads to increased risk of heart attacks, strokes, elevated cholesterol. A lot, the list goes on. When, for instance, 20 years ago, what a heart attack would have costed is now, today, maybe 10 times, especially if you have to put in a stent, for instance. And in that way, I would say, effecting health insurance will be 100% in a better way because you are getting an ease and unburdening of that cost at the end of the day. Certain factors that are causing medical costs to go up would be, for instance, healthcare. The services, the cost of it is increasing. You have medications on the rise in terms of the cost of procuring them. Also, we have consumables, we have medical inflation. It's a lot that goes into why we should seek education, as you say, to get the healthcare that we need. To close up on that, I would say persons of all ages should now be seeking health insurance coverage.
Okay.
And why? Because sickness is not discriminating, Tamara. It's not by age, not by race, and not by gender.
Correct.
No more. Long ago, we would say older persons. That's the word. They would get probably more at risk. Let us put it that way. But now, no. So Guardian Life's health plan affords you preventative care, as I said before. So what that means is you do early detection.
Okay.
These tests for early detection means then that you will identify things or do certain tests that you don't have a pain, but you want to ensure that you don't get that pain later on. So early detection also means that you are going to catch things before it's too late.
Yes.
And so it's easier to cure. It was just last year when one of my clients from a group health plan had been diagnosed with an ailment. After 2 weeks in the hospital, his medical bills accumulated to what a claim for a 3-year period would look like. And that claim through Guardian Life's health plan was paid. The family had no problems with cost related to his experience. I felt like what had been put in place for the clients I actually saw it happen, and the goal, when I sit with a client to plan with them, it was really a reality.
Gail, could you share with our viewers, just a little history, a little background with you at Guardian Life?
Certainly, tomorrow. I started in 2010 as an advisor, like everyone does. And as the years roll on, I would have been appointed unit manager in 2019. And over the years, what I saw myself doing basically, and really it is heartwarming that I touch lives. My motto is touch one life a day, save
Okay.
one life a day. And in so doing, you educating, you are nurturing, and you are guiding generations into proper planning, into understanding goals. And for me, it has been a heartwarming experience because I have also started touching lives in a different way.
Okay.
No longer is it clients. It is my SAPs, Strategic Alliance Partners. So in appointment as manager, I would have been exposed to bringing persons on board and duplicating myself basically.
Nice.
And having them understand that true service to mankind is really what this honorable profession affords you. And if any one of you out there who would be interested in a career change or want to know more about how you can touch other people's lives and have a career that really fulfills you, call me. We offer the training, we offer the exposure, and it's your choice. It's for you to look at. And if you feel you're comfortable, we take you to the next level.
Beautiful. So what's your contact information?
My contact, simple WhatsApp or call 685-9718 or 708-2045.
And that's what today has been all about, protecting what matters most. Today's conversations reminded us that insurance isn't just paperwork. It's protection, it's planning, and it's peace of mind. The more informed you are, the better decisions you can make for yourself and your loved ones. So don't wait for the right time. Start asking questions, start exploring your options, and take that first step. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, that's okay. Help is out there from advisors who care and resources that can guide you. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, stay informed, prepared, and make smart financial choices. I'm Tamara Williams.
I am Gail Singh. We are Guardian Life.
I am